Okay, so we are in episode 17 of the Spaceblock 40 stack challenge, and yeah, a couple of things moved around in between. So the blue science now has like an actual buffer, which is cool, but also I turned off all the blue science because I was just getting more of it than I needed, so that's a thing. Could be putting the engines in boxes, not going to, it's fine, stuff is still just ticking over, whatever. The other thing that changed is I realised this plan actually calls for a full belt of rail, which means the purple can't output on the same side. So the purple are now taking prod mods from the sushi, putting purple sides back on the sushi. This can still get beaconed, still can put beacons in here, that's all fine. And then there's a purple output that will fill that off, put stuff in a chest, put that on the belt, that's all kind of fine. This stuff also moved over a tile, so I could fit in a third one of these ones, and I think these are also going to get powered immediately for some reasons to the effect of, actually let's do the other bit first. The thing I realised, yeah, looking at this stuff, I'm getting a lot of stuff through. To be fair, these ones are the boxes that like get first stab at stuff, but even some of these ones are like, I've got a volume of stuff, which is cool. So what I'm actually going to do is, there was like a corner over here that I was keeping an eye on. This corner just here, yeah, that can go there, and then these guys are going to put stuff on here. Do I actually have? Make a lot more of these things, because I want those things. I should probably put them on my hopper. Do I have? Here's one that I can queue. I want to be making these upgraded modules for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's going to help get stuff off this belt, and also upgraded modules are cool. All that stuff I want. Second of all, I think I'm going to actually try to thin out some of the stuff that's filling up this belt, because yeah, let's do that trick again. Because there's just a lot of stuff that's turning up, and these guys, give me this back. Like this is the LTS stockpile for the rocket, but things are already kind of building up, and I think I want. Yeah, let's just go red chips and steel. Red chips and steel are going to be useful things, because I got a couple of plans for each of those. Because we got a lot to build. Like I have a vast amount of wealth now, most of which I can't do anything with. You see, this is a bit better. There's a fair amount of stuff coming back. Blue chips aren't turning up again, which is fine. These guys over here are just going to be casually upgrading their stuff and stealing everything they want. Actually, that's a bit silly. These guys are going to struggle with that speed of belt, but that's going to work out fine. Yeah, because I saw how much steel was coming through and how much red chips are coming through, and I think this is what I'm going to do for the furnaces. We're just going to take steel off this belt, and that also might mean for the mixed builds that I do in fact steal a bunch of this stuff and bring it over and connect this stuff in here just to, you know, put more on the steel, and then also figure out some way of transferring some amount of the stuff to this belt so that some portion of the steel arrives in the other place. But yeah, other than that, I don't actually have the power grid to either do research or expand the mix build. I've got some other things I need to do. So that's all kind of gonna stay like that, just banking stuff up for the moment, which is kind of why I wanted to get some of these things out of the inventory, because I'm kind of on a timer to get better things to do with all this, you know, fabulous resource that's just, you know, appearing out of the ground. Before I run out of space and everything dies, which is a bit of a shame. So I did also notice there were a couple of things over here that we can muck around with. First of all, there's a lot of stone I can play with, and also the refined concrete thing is out of steel, But I'm also now wondering, can I... And the answer is yes. I can also do that. So this one can fill up and the other one can fill up, which is cool. This one, I actually want concrete for myself. That's probably more than I need. And oh, I've got steel here. That's cool as well. I will use some of that. I wanted stone. I don't actually want to be using... Yeah, this is, you know, one of the tricks of not actually having construction robots yet, because all of the stuff kind of wouldn't work if I had construction robots, logistics robots. They would be emptying out all of my inventory when I'm actually trying to take this round and do like a bad job of all of this kind of stuff. Could I? I mean, I actually could. And is that a worthwhile thing to do? It actually might be. So you can have all of that. Then I'm gonna get some of it back. Oh yeah, because the other thing I want to do was just craft a ton of these things. Give me some of this stuff back. That's, you know, useful and important things to do. How much of this do I have left? Another 70, sure. Yeah, because we got a lot more things to build. That goes there. It does, doesn't it? This is, you know, more sushi. It'll be fine. Because this thing goes here, like so. And the only thing that's going to be on this belt is stone and coal. So this guy, in addition to having this box and, you know, these two boxes of stuff. This is just regular concrete, isn't it? I don't really need a big stack of that. I can just have those two boxes of regular concrete, sure. Maybe help this guy. That's probably going to be all I need, sure. Yeah, in between I automated submachine guns and pistols are done. Submachine guns are very nearly done. We're going to have to come back for that later because I've got some other stuff to build there as well. But the thing is, and this is also a thing you can guess because I'm crafting electric furnaces while having complained about the power grid. I kind of have inventory space. I need to build a new electricity solution. And oh, cannot sort space matter. I'm so rich. Where's the things I need? Yep, let's just have a lot of that stuff. Do I have speed motors on me? I do. That's going to be important later, but not yet. I still actually need to solve my power problem first. And where am I going? I'm going... This green chips buffer is nearly filled up. That's bizarre. I've got 9 steel chests. I'm going to need more steel chests. Let's just do a thing where you make me steel chests and you get all the stuff you want. And then I get 10 of each of these things. So let's take that to 12 because that's a nice number. And that to 15 because those are some nice numbers. Then I'm going to need a bunch more of these, sure. Yeah, because now I can get this steel out and you can have all the things you want. But the thing I actually wanted was more of these guys, more of those guys. Let's get some more robopods in here and let's reduce this to 2 stacks, even though it's not a big deal yet. You need concrete and red chips. Why do I have so much steel? Oh, I had steel because I was making all the electric furnaces, which is also going kind of fine. These guys have also, yeah, they're just ticking along with stuff. Pipes are done. These offshore pipes are done. Is there anything else that you could also make and put, for example, here? Yeah, now you guys, sure, give me these back. What can you make that's kind of useful? You don't have the poles, you don't have the steel, you don't have... The inserters I'll get done separately. I don't know if there's a whole lot of useful stuff that you can just build up stacks of. Most of the other things I've already got, or got different plans for. So maybe you're not building anything yet. Maybe I just put a pin in that and come back with that later. I'm making pipes as intermediate, but I don't think it's not a big deal. Not a thing I care about. Okay, whereas you are making autosave. A lot of centrifuges, because I need a lot of centrifuges, because we're going to do nuclear stuff. For which I have, okay, some amount of chem plants, good. And some amount of sulfur, also good. Then I need space furnaces, for which I'm handcrafting a bunch of those things. And I'll also need some seed iron, which I can get from over here. Yeah, because we've got some more plans. Yeah, wooden boxes are going, power poles are done, coils are done. These guys are, you know, kicking through things slowly. Give me all of these, sure. I don't have anything. I've got more concrete in. Whatever. You can have... Let's get that out of there. You can have, actually... concrete and landfill. But I can't handcraft it. It can only be made... Okay, sure. That's going to be a thing that I'm going to use a bit of, I guess. I don't have any of these things. Grumble. Where are... Okay, the bots are just there. Sure. Oh, the hat was the other... Yeah. Okay. Lots of things to address. The first of them being... Actually, probably the rest of those red chips. Let's say this many of these red chips. That gives me a decent number of rubber ports to play with. Wants to instead be... Where are they? Where are my bots? My bots are over here. Wants to be... Not these guys, but the other guys. Having previously talked about the joys of not having logistics bots. Yeah, decent number of construction bots. I'm just going to make a bunch of logistics bots. That's going to be what's going to happen. And we'll need them later. Actually, they're not going to be in the network yet, so I can still do this using my trash slots for silly stuff. Because I won't actually have construction robots. I won't have logistics robots in the network. Okay, sure. Moving on. The thing I did notice just now is that this buffer is kind of full. Also, that splitter was never going to be useful. And I don't want this buffer to be full, but I also don't have any plans to use it yet. So a very on-theme thing seems to be extending the buffer and not caring about the road. So we're going to do that. We're going to lean into that. All 7 of these guys. So I'm not super concerned about stacks of green chips. I've got places for those guys to be. I am still concerned about the power grid, so let's wonder whether we have enough landfill for this, especially after flexing on this waterfill stuff. I don't think I do. I think I'm going to go back and get... Am I going to get more landfill? I'm not. I'm going to lean on the bots to do that for me. Oh yeah, more intermediate things to also do. This barrel wants to not be making the barrels like so. What I actually want to do is split it like that. Because now surplus iron is drifting through this thing, which is fine. Surplus iron, surplus steel. So now I've got a full bit of steel, and instead of going this way, I can do this, and I don't actually know whether or not... What are these guys? These guys are 1 a second, and this will bottle in significantly faster than that. So that's probably fine. I probably don't need to worry about that. That's probably... I mean, how is this? This is going pretty great. Okay. Because... Let's also wonder whether or not I have the pipes I need, and I don't think I do. The other thing that struck me, this is just like a series of things that I'm realizing now, that have kind of been in the plans for a while, is that there's this acid, which is, yeah, that's always going to be about 20%, isn't it? Because it's connected to the same acid over here that's also powering the mixed build, which is, yeah, so this, they've got a bit left, and then this guy's pumping stuff in, and then these things are what's running all of the blue chips on the mixed build. These guys don't need to be heated anymore, we can get rid of them, that's fine. Yeah, and I want to make sure I've got more acid going in there. But the other thing is, if I'm doing nuclear power, which I'm hopefully about to, I'm going to need a lot more uranium than this. So I need to be making more acid, and actually having all of these 6 guys working is pretty fantastic. Let's like see whether that might not end up doing anything. Sure. Yeah, we now got to get more acid in, and the plan for that, especially since there's already kind of a petrochem thing here, we're going to do that, and then this. Still don't know whether or not those are actually necessary, but the plan here is going to be something like, actually might as well grab those guys as well. This is not going to fit, is it? Okay, I guess I rotate these ones. Yeah, it's going to go something like this, isn't it? It's going to go something like that. Which means if I can move these guys. That can go there. All this stuff, like the further away one can stay, but it can take things from here. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, and then we can speed module it again, and now we've got space to put this thing down. And it's going to go here or thereabouts, sure. Yeah, and then this bit doesn't need to exist. This bit carefully wants to bypass all of that because this is the surplus. I think I have these on me rather than the bots having them. This is still not ratioed, is it? That's fine. This needs to connect here. I need to connect these two, and I need to quite carefully not connect the ones in the middle. Sure. And then this bit wants to go down here. So now I've got fuel, and I've got these guys powered, and I've got this crude blasting it, this barrel thing blasting it. That's fine. All of this is working. This is my full pipe from where I can start doing more water processing. More water processing? More oil processing. Because the thing is, yeah, I think we just go for it. I think we just go. Do we even have refineries? Oh, you're slightly out of range? Why? Oh, because you were getting Roboport range from this guy. Okay. I mean, smash? Sure. Give me these things. Yeah, making a lot of water fill now. And then I need just more concrete. Which I mean, I have a lot of concrete. Didn't I put... I put chips there, but not concrete, but it's also not the thing I really care about. Don't have any concrete in the trash slots, whatever, moving on. I wanted... Am I done with you guys making nuclear stuff? Kind of. Do I want... Actually, you guys are the ones that can pivot to some different things. Instead of that, I already had... Yeah, so this is going to be general use, and the ones down here are going to be 40 stack or something, but the bots will take from whatever and be fine. Something like, sure, but what I wanted was chem plants and then also refineries, because you guys are in the right place to have all of the equipment for that. Let's not pretend that I want to do stacks of that yet. Let's just get several. Do I have things in my inventory that are helpful? Yes, but I also need to bring stone. Okay, because you guys are complaining about something. You're complaining about what? Did one of those... Did these... okay, so that's how that worked. Moving this rubber port split this rubber port off, which didn't have the bots, but the chest that had the rubber ports to build that thing was also out of range of the network that did have bots. So whatever, we're done with that. It's fine. Those guys are going to be moving stuff around for a bit. These guys are, yeah, filling stuff up. That's, yeah, I need to get these other sciences online before all those boxes fill up. What was it here for? I was here for stone. I was here for stone, so I could make... And also, let's pretend I was here for concrete. Let's pretend I was here for concrete to also build more waterfill, because that's just kind of, you know, a nice thing to be able to have a lot of at the moment. Why do you have some? Oh, because that's full, sure. Yeah, because this was supposed to be an episode in which I was getting some of a nuclear power plant online, and we're kind of not doing that yet. Yeah, you can have all the stone. You guys get all the concrete. Making more waterfill, so that's nice. And yeah, now we've got to do some more oil processing. Which... Is there a nice, just copyable... I mean, this is kind of already the pattern I want, isn't it? This much of... Maybe I want to do the outputs differently. I might want to do the outputs differently. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. So the water is the other one, so it's going to line up like so. Let's pretend that's a good place for it. Then we want... Where did my waterfill go? Did I put my waterfill over here? 60, sure. Yeah, we want to tap in some waterfill like here and here, so that I can... I'm sure I had a lot of these things. Yeah, there we go. Do that. So now these guys are running, which is cool. Do I have any of these? No, I didn't think I did. And then, kind of the main thing we want to do, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to line this up. Maybe just make a mess. Do I want to cut this? Do I want to cut this in and bring it over here? Maybe. Am I going to? Maybe also. One of these guys can go like that. Yeah, and this is for the moment pretty much just going to get turned into acid. We got all these guys working for us, and we might. Yeah, there's coal here. There's a feed of coal here. There's these chips over here. It's entirely possible that I might make, especially with a lot of this coal disappearing, because this power plant will soon, hopefully, be redundant. Maybe some more blue and red chips happen here, but at the moment we've just got to do a lot of acid. And I think there was a pattern which I might have actually not left myself enough space for, but we'll see. The idea was if I had... Yeah, this is not going to fit here, is it? I think this is going to be build a thing and then move it to somewhere that's good. Then this guy gets 3 and these guys get 2 and something like that. But then I also concluded that, yeah, I might have to go back a bit, that a good number of, yeah, like furnaces and that kind of business is if I have 2 of these guys. Actually, this might fit. This might just turn into a disaster, but might also still fit, so we might end up just going with it. Space furnaces. Yeah, if I have 4 space furnaces, and then I have 1 assembler, and this assembler is making coal. I do not actually have seed coal after all of that. Okay, I guess I'm going down here to get me some seed coal. These guys are also still running, it's fine. I mean, I could also tap coal off that, but I don't want to. I like the idea of this guy being a self-contained thing. And this actually needs to be back here for reasons, and not copper. It needs to actually be coal. So yeah, this is going to be the standard pattern of put everything out, get your buffer back. These guys are going to do the same thing. Put stuff out, get your buffer. Actually, these guys need to be fast, don't they? then the circle, and I think this thing ends up being fairly well ratioed, and the question is this where it wants to be? Like, is it kind of in the way? Is it going to be enough in the way that I'm actually going to be upset about it being here? Is there somewhere else I can align that? Let's put in these things while I'm thinking about whether or not I'm putting this in a different place. I can go there. I can power the other ones on this side later. I think if I move it one tile... Yeah, because I'm thinking about having this line up with wherever the the gas output is, but also if this piece here, like if I connect, yeah, let's actually line it up with that. I think that's going to work. Maybe okay. Huh. Look at how well that worked out. That's a thing that I'm going to be, you know, not entirely dissatisfied about. Because now we can hook these guys up. And yeah, this is a nice little kind of self-contained thing. Like I can give these guys the iron, give these guys the coal, and I'll get this nice little self-contained coal loop down here. These guys will do their own little self-contained iron thing, and then, oh yeah, let's help the bots with that. They'll do the modules themselves. They've got modules all over the place. I mean, there's this whole buffer of modules over here at the moment, which is, yeah, still filling up. The first couple of boxes are already... I mean, the stack sizes and the storage stacks I'm using are inflated somewhat because I've got the same things in all of the boxes, but there's still... Yeah, I need to get stuff moving. Okay, am I going to do that? I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do... Substations was the other thing I needed. Over here, yeah, these guys that have completed their stacks. Amazing. These two guys, if I upgrade these, then these guys get powered. And very soon... Okay, so that was actually slightly off, but you know, whatever. This is going to be... Oh, and the acid actually comes out here, so I need to reposition this just slightly as well. Did I put the things in a bad place? I kind of did put things in a bad place, as it turns out. Because I kind of want the acid going this way as well, but I can do... Yeah, further terrible things, sure. Because the next step is to do a lot of uranium generation, for which I think we can just go to the left. That's kind of why I got landfill. Let's first, though... That can go there, that can go there. It doesn't clash with that thing, so that's kind of fine. So let's set some of this nonsense up. We'll take this. We'll continue to copy over all of these things. We kind of need to crack a bunch of stuff, don't we? So let's do that here as well. Am I expanding this? I mean, this is still just a lot of resources. I think one thing I am going to do is just throw a tank here, just to see how much we get out of these guys, and I suspect it's going to be a lot, because this is going to cache, this is going to kick a lot out. And I'm barreling it, and I'm having these guys process it, and then, yeah, we're good, yeah, sure. And I've got space to get this guy out here as well. These guys are going to fill up their other oil slots, but that's fine. Mostly this is just this guy's making acid. And from here it's going all the way around and back into the mixed build. Yeah, I can do cracking over there, that'll be fine. Do I have a uranium pattern? I have kind of this uranium pattern. Yeah, I guess we're doing it with, I mean, I guess we'll start with this many. Except I kind of want to rotate it. Am I just going to fence myself in here? Because this could also just be a road. Let's do that. Is that the right size? Did I get all of them? Yeah. We're going to pretend that that is like an area we're going to conserve. So I guess that means this uranium build is going down here. Sure, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. Give me all the uranium stuff. And it can start going like here, here, here. Did you get all your inserters? You did not. Okay. Not like that. Let's do this bit first, because this is the bit that wants to be flipped. So it can go there, and then this is the stuff that needs to be rotated because it's chem plants. And it can go, yeah, it needs to go there. So we've got a lot of those things. I think I've got a lot of these things myself. Okay. Power, I'm probably gonna, let's actually use, these things. I haven't actually used these things yet, I don't think. Let's actually bridge some decent gaps. That seems like a good idea. There. Like so, and this should, I mean, am I actually filling? I'm still not actually filling this tank. So this sulfur guy's doing whatever work that he can, and is kind of sulfur limited because he's only got one. This one is not working because it's not got sulfur. Oh, okay. Obviously, yes, because these ones don't have gas, because these guys are not cracking the oil yet. Sure, but anyway, this is, yeah, sure, fine. Have the sulfur that I have. These guys, yeah, that's all doing what it should. Then I want this stuff, and I don't want that stuff. You guys can have that back. So we're going to need to do more cracking, which is kind of fine. I need more belt. And then over, you guys are the ones that are going to start on this stuff. So that's also fine. Arguably, I should also have some kind of pattern that prioritizes the acid this way, because building a nuclear power plant is going to make this kind of important. Am I even... Okay, so I've kind of got... I'm going to have the power grid to get this online. I'm not going to have the power grid to do research and to make research, but that's also kind of fine. Kind of fine with that. Don't I have a pattern over here that is the cracking? Do I want that pattern? Is this a good pattern? I think this is a good pattern. I'm going to have 6 of these. I'm not going to have a worry about whether or not it's the right number. I don't actually think it is. But I'm going to have 6 of them, and they're going to go there. Then... I mean, if I module, like, one of these guys on heavy cracking is the right number for 4 of these things. That's actually way more than I need. It's really as much than I need, isn't it? Never mind. These guys are working on their internal buffers. That's fine. This guy's here, so I can do that. This stuff is all kind of in the wrong place, and we're going to end up spaghettiing this together, and it's going to be fine. Here, it looks like... Is this the water's actually on the other side? The water comes through here. Okay, sure. Pipe spaghetti. So is that everything going to be, no, the light oil isn't connected, is it? The light oil needs to connect here somewhere, which is going to be a mess, which is not something I'm necessarily opposed to, given that most of this is just mess. That's going to get in the way of me being able to put beacons there, isn't it? But it's also not going to go there, it's going to go like, yeah, mess, cool. And then this, where does this connect? Will this get, it won't get there, okay, but it will if I go here. Sure. So now I just need to connect this to the light oil. Continued pipe spaghetti disasters. Cool, cracking is done. So it's got probably all of the heavy cracking I need, much more of the light cracking I need, just cracking everything down to gas, don't really care, getting these guys making the sulfur, getting these guys making the uranium, and now carelessly landfilling large amounts of stuff. Now it's time for these guys. Which direction am I going? Am I going down? Am I still just going across? I think I'm still just going across, aren't I? I think I'm putting one of these guys like here. Seems, oh, it's already kind of a bad place. I've already got some holes in the logistics network. Can I fit one of these guys? No, because I put all the pipes in the wrong place. I'm sure that's the thing I'm going to not worry about yet. Okay. Leave a little bit of space. I think the play here is going to be decide that the road actually goes this way. And I think that means, yeah, I think that's what that means. I think this means that I'm going to leave space for, I don't have belts on me, I'm going to leave space for beacons here. Have I? I've kind of haven't left space for beacons on the other side. It'll be fine. Yeah, space for beacons there. This belt being outputs. This belt being inputs. And then these guys going like so. And yeah, just process. And we are kind of close to having nuclear power online. Are we? Like, I'd like to think. I mean, there's a bit more stuff to plug in, but generally, maybe. Let's also problem out these guys, because this uranium is kind of difficult to get. I can do, how many is that? There's going to be 10 seems like a decent number, doesn't it? We are going to go with 10. And some of, okay, so these guys are going to disappear when I start to, by the time I'm beaconing this stuff, so I'm not super concerned about that being, you know, technically in the way. I can go over here. I also have not looked at the ratio of these guys to centrifuges at all. It's probably not great, is it? About 1 per second, whereas these guys are producing 1 every 5 seconds, but with a 40% speed bonus. So yeah, that's significantly more centrifuges than I need for that. I should probably figure out how many of those I actually need. This one is, yeah, so it's about 5 to 1, isn't it? So I've got 8 of these. I'm only really going to need like 8 of these things. Like all over. This many of them are just not going to matter. Okay, sure. We're going to get rid of all of those and just be like, that's how many centrifuges we're going to make getting stuff done. Because we are going to need more centrifuges for other stuff as well. And this means that, yeah, this is, I don't have splitters. Why do I still not have splitters on me? Where is a splitter that I can grab? Here's a splitter that I can grab. Do I want to do it on... No, let's do it here. Let's have more space. Manually removing belt after I've got construction robots. Everyone likes that, don't they? Do I just... I think I might Logibot request iron when I get around to doing that. And for the moment, not worry about it. But we do want shiny rocks on one side? Sure. And yeah, we need to be making the fuel, having all of these guys with all of the iron, which will turn into a request to test later. Let's move it back one so we can continue to do the nice pattern of just grab all the stuff you want. This, have all of that. I've got some of these things in my inventory. You can have, okay. Did I have those the whole time? I mean, I can fit one more in here. Maybe I should have actually paid more attention to... I think it'll be fine. We'll just keep an eye on it. It'll be fine. Yeah. Because now we got to do like this depleted uranium buffer thing, because we've got to get these fuel cells going. But we kind of also, like, I would like a surplus for the Coverx as well. I think it's going to go here into an underground, which I don't have. Why don't I have the things I need? I'm even in, like, this is even the belt bit of the base. I should at least have the things I need. Do I just open? I think I open these up again a bit more. Like, we're going to kind of slowly work towards the stacks. I mean, the splitters still not, because they're just like a lot of stuff. And these guys as well. Why do you not? Chips and cogs? Why? Oh, okay, so you don't... Yeah, okay, sure. Whatever. And then that one can... Sure, let's pretend that that's all fine. I need these things at this point. You're going to make more. I'm going to need more stacks of you anyway, so I'm not super concerned. But I did want substations. Where is it? Yeah, copper and then red chips, of which I do not have any over here. Okay, cool. Am I at least... Okay, I'm not actually outputting... I think I need to unblock these things by buffering everything, and then worry about... Yeah, I wanted these so I can push these guys under here. And I guess I buffer these again? I guess? But I don't want too many of these. I want at least some of the stuff to filter through. I want to be able to fill up this buffer. But then these guys... Is this what I want to do? I don't think it is it? I think I actually want to do something like this, so that this box is still accessible here later if I want to. Whereas this kind of nonsense just wants to get buffered out. Like, I will need a lot of it, but also it's just kind of in the way at the moment, and I just need to get all of those guys running, which they kind of are. And it does look like I'm using all of these things, so that's fine. And powergrid is not dead yet, and I've got fuel, which is cool, because it means I can start to do... Yeah, kind of happy with that setup. Hopefully these guys produce more than I need, and I end up with a bit of a stash. Because at some point I need to turn on the Coverx things, because it's just going to be the best way to do that. Do I have... I have the heat pumps, I have these guys, I have the water fill, I have the reactors, I have everything I need. I can just go and lay this stuff out. Oh no, wait, the substations. Kind of important to have the substations. Yeah, and then at some point we're still hopefully not completely filling up this cache of all this stuff, even though there's... Yeah, we've got a lot of LDS. That's kind of why this stuff was... Okay, sure. You're going to do that. I didn't actually want the prod mods. I guess I'm having the prod mods. Try and get, yeah. I mean, this is going to be fantastic when I'm trying to launch rockets. It's just not... It's interesting to have the problem of having vastly too much LDS. And I guess also one of the disadvantages of not really paying attention to yeah, exactly the mixed build ratios I wanted and whether or not the mixed build was actually online yet, but you know, sure, it'll be fine. Substations I wanted at 35, sure. Just crank out a bunch of substations. Should I get landfill while I'm here? The answer is no. We're going to give the bots something to do because they haven't kind of done things in a while, and they're going to need radars. That can be a radar there. That's not going to be in the way. If it is, I'll move it later. I'm fine with that as a general course. Yeah. So now I've got a lot of green chips. These guys are slowly moving over, and I'm still producing more green chips. And these guys aren't actually using green chips. Okay, so repair packs are also done. Actually, the thing they don't have access to copper. Okay. Stacks are going to build up, and it's going to be fine. And this asset is also still not building up. Are these tanks building up? Yes. Cool. That's a good sign. That means everything has the surplus it wanted. These guys are all doing the things they needed. That's fine. Okay. I guess I am doing this with copy paste because I just don't have a lot of that stuff myself. Yeah, now we've got to build somewhere. Have not decided where yet, but it looks like it's going to be like I don't have any particular problems with building it in any particular place, but it looks a whole lot. Oh hey, I can patch up this hole with another rubber board here. Cool. It looks a lot like the nuclear power station is going to go here-ish, which I'm fine with because I had no plans for this area at all. So let's get bots doing good work. And I've got, you know, a little bit of this stuff, whatever. That's what I've got. Now I'm out. And yeah, let's set up some of the basic patterns. Some of these things, that's actually not even enough space for the basic patterns. Yeah, two of these things. I'm gonna go with the same pattern that I had in the blind marathon death warp percent thing, which is like my standard. That's not even the right place. Because I wanted two of those things. Yeah, I'm gonna set up for the same 800 megawatt 6 reactor thing. Because it's nice, because it's a pattern that's fairly reliable. I don't think that blueprint is going to stay. I just kind of want the bots to get all this landfilling done. So you guys hold up. Is it charge? Can I help with that? It's powergrid. Of course it was powergrid. Yeah, in that case, I mean, it feels like it's been a while. How far through the game are we at this point? Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it here. We got a base that's kind of filling up the chaos smelter, which is, you know, that's cool. We got a lot of stuff. The science isn't running because I don't have all the stuff. The electric furnaces that I built are going to go over here to provide the stone and some of the steel that I need for the rail and the furnaces, so then I can have purple science going, because it's not going yet. Actually, I'm not even, because of these guys that are doing actually pretty good work, I could upgrade some modules. there aren't really enough prod mods getting through at the moment to satisfy, to even make this run, which is fine, because when I've got this stuff done, and when I've got this nuclear power plant that I'll just build between episodes, because it's a thing that, like, we'll just go, you know, this is the design I'm using, we'll be able to copy more of these things again and get more stuff out, which we'll also run into space for. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I should point out before we're done. So I made this blueprint here. I made it absolute tiling and mucked around with these values until it all fitted. So this actually now straight up just tiles, and I can just, it's a whole lot easier to line this stuff up. So the next iteration will put down the next mixed build, and then the landfill for the mixed build after that. So that's going to be super easy. Although I still have a bunch of upgrading things to do. But yeah, I think we got a bunch of stuff done. We've got this running. We've got all these guys that are complaining about everything being full, which is, you know, a nice problem to have. We're making a bunch of acid. I guess the other blue chips thing might go here. Maybe, who knows? This is all running nicely. We've got enough nuclear fuel. We can turn this on and be pretty good. Yeah, but we'll throw a nuclear build together between episodes, and we'll come back and go, you know, look at all the things we can now do because we've got nuclear power. Because yeah, let's continue the road. Why are you actually not? You're actually not landfill there, whatever. Yeah, because we were previously doing things in kind of lumps of, I think there's 20 of these things ends up something like 36 megawatts, which is, you know, a nice contribution of power until you start doing beaconed module things. Whereas I think I'm going to start with 4 reactors, which is going to be 480 megawatts of power, and then we can just, you know, I'm not going to be limited on pollution because it's not on. I'm not going to be limited by bytes because, you know, they're not here. I'm not going to be limited by power because I'll have 480 megawatts to play with. And then we can just spam out a bunch of mixed builds and electric furnaces and go to work. And yeah, that's kind of where we wanted to go today. So yeah, happy with that. We will see you next time with like a nuclear reactor kind of in place. Sure.